Wow. Having said all that, okay, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about you.
Okay.
That happens. You obviously pick yourself up,
I try.
and you've moved on, and since then you've written 2 books.
Hmm.
Tell us how the books came about.
Well, I met a young lady at Valley Kingdom Ministry, and she said, you know, you really need to put your story with 2 other ladies in this book. And we wrote the book, Overcoming the Shame of HIV. Worked out pretty good, and people can get it through Valley Kingdom. But also, you know, I just wanted somebody to understand what it was like to live with this. And, you know, during the time, I think not too long after that, they had the book on the down low. And I really was a little perturbed with that book, because I think if JL had did his homework, he wouldn't have wrote that book. He wouldn't have written it.
Why you say that?
Because if you, it just like it put another mark on the brother's back. You know, I don't think, and I don't want to get a lot of flack from women, because a lot of people have my phone number and they'll call me up and talk crazy to me. But I'm not giving the guys a way out. But when you said guys on the down low, that's not something that just started happening. Back in slavery time, when the master would come down and get the female, he would get the male also. So a lot of times if the guy got lynched or something, it wouldn't be because he whistled at some white woman. It would be because the master had seen him with a woman, period.
Woman, period.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, so I don't like the word down low. I said low down. And also I said fear down.
Okay.
Because I think sometimes if a person is not able to live their own life, they will bring you into their world for camouflage.
Okay.
And that can be, you know, dangerous.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the way, that's IDA 101. That's the way
absolutely. I had the pleasure of having Ray Lewis Thornton on this program on 2 occasions.
Phenomenal woman, phenomenal.
And she echoed your sentiment. She said that, you know, guys need to be given more room to just say that they're gay.
Right.
By society.
Right.
And we'd have a much lower, in her opinion, a much lower down low instances where these men leading these double lives. I have to ask this question because I can hear all the women at home yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
With that, you hear a lot of, and I'm sure you probably heard this too, how come you didn't know?
You know, if one more person asked me why you didn't know, there wasn't any signs and symptoms. You know, like, okay, if you see a gay guy, you know a gay person. But if a man is living just another man sleeping with men, you don't know it. Matter of fact, my husband and me got very close when I moved him back in, and I used to live over on the lakefront, you know, and we could look out on the lake. And we used to talk a lot, and he used to show me guys out there on the lake and making 6 figures. And on the boats that they would be on, there wouldn't be a woman in sight. My husband had never been in jail. My husband was not on drugs, so he hung out with some of the best. I know a lot of guys right here now, not that I would ever say anything. You know, I know their wives, and I've heard women say things about me, you know, that's that woman with AIDS. And I want to say sometimes, you know, you really need to get tested also. But
really?
I can't say anything because, and you know, I think a lot of times people don't really know how much it hurt an individual, how much pain I have endured. I'm not trying to play the victim. I don't want to be a victim. I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor.
Absolutely.
I will survive.
Absolutely.
But a lot of times people don't know what they're saying and how it can affect you.
Sure, sure. And as a silver lining in all this, tell us about Joe Ray House.
Joe Ray House was named after my mother and my brother. My mother died at 55 from a massive heart attack. And the same year that I was on hospice, my brother, 39, died from a massive heart attack. So I wanted to do something back in their name, so that's why I started a house called Joe Ray House. Also, I met a young man. He came out of prison. He was raped in prison.
Okay.
And a lot of women get upset with me about that too. They say, why would you start a house for a man? for me. And my pastor always say, sometimes God take your misery and make it your ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt this young man pain. He went to his grandmother and explained to her that he was raped in prison. And when he told her he had contracted AIDS, she took everything that he was eating out of and touched in her house and threw it in the garbage. And being that person that I am, I did say something facetious. I said, why didn't you just go around the house and rub the whole wall and see what she set it on fire?
Right.
That was just being mean, but I just felt his pain. So that's why I started Joe Ray House.
Right.
Joe Ray House is like a home. It's not like a institution. It's a home atmosphere.
And it's geared towards what?
Guys that want to survive.
Okay.
And I put my face out there to let them know I don't want to hear about, oh, I got this and I can't do this, or I've been in prison, I can't do this, or I have HIV and I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them have HIV and not all of them been in correction.
Okay.
But it's for people that's infected or affected.
Okay.
And I also work with the female also.
Okay.
So, I don't want to hear about what you can't do.
Okay.
Just because life knock you down, you get up.
Okay.
My kids will tell you, well, my son tell me sometimes, now, Mom, I'm glad you was my mom because I thought you was the meanest woman in the world. But I think you're supposed to get up and brush off and, do it again.
Obviously.
Do it again.
Because your life has been a testament to that, and it's wonderful and it's blessed. And I wish you nothing but the best.
I just thank you.
Absolutely. So what's next for you?
Well, I have another book coming out. I've been dragging my feet a little bit on that. It's called Wild Woman Blues.
Okay.
And I'm praying that it be out by Christmas. And the next thing, I really want to, you know what I would love to do?
What's that?
Act. I would love to be an actress.
Really? Okay.
Oh, the sky's the limit. I keep saying, Napoleon Hill is one of my, I just love to read his stuff. And
really?
I always say, if you can think it,
you can do it.
That's right.
Absolutely. Now this third book, really quick, is it a novel or is it telling?
Well, it's gonna tell some truth in there, and but I did change the name to Protect the Innocent.
Okay.
I had to do that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. And you mentioned your pastor a couple of times. Who is that?
Okay, that's John Hanna, Pastor John Hanna. My pastor's, he called me his Job.
Okay.
He said he never met anybody like me. He said, you just. Sometimes I think Pastor telling me I'm too honorary to die. And I work closely with Pastor Al Sampson also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
very good. Mm-hmm. Thanks again.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here.
All right. Please don't move, because in a second we'll be blessed with spoken word artist Contact. Don't move.